What is going on, guys? My name is Joey, and today we are going to be talking about the molecule that is responsible for drive, pursuit, happiness, and confidence, right? And that is dopamine. Now, in the case of dopamine, knowledge is power. So understanding dopamine means understanding why addiction is so prevalent and why it's so hard to get out of. It means understanding why embracing discomfort leads to a high quality life. And it means understanding why our society is fat, lazy, and depressed for the most part. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Now, dopamine is released anytime you achieve a goal or basically released anytime you partake in a pleasurable activity, right? It is also released anytime you are anticipating achieving a goal or anticipating a pleasurable activity. Now, whenever you partake in a pleasurable activity, say a stimulant, right, your dopamine will spike above its baseline. Now, our baseline varies genetically, but for the most part, it can be changed, right? And this is basically your average levels of dopamine throughout the day. Now, so you take the stimulant, your dopamine spikes above baseline. Now, I feel good up here, right? But dopamine has a push-pull relationship. That means when it goes up above baseline, it has to go just as far down, right? So now down here, you don't feel as good. You feel dopamine depleted. And the first thing we think of is, I need to get back up here. And the simplest way to do that is, take some more of the drug, take some more cocaine, right? So you take some coke, now you're up here, right? You feel a lot better. But that push-pull relationship, now you drop all the way down here, right? Now you really don't feel good. Well, I know how to fix that. Some more cocaine, right? Now you're just back to baseline, and then you drop even further below. Now, over time, your baseline will lower right now, and now your average level of confidence, drive, pursuit, motivation is just lower. And down here is where addiction and depression and all sorts of other bad mental health issues happen, right? Now, what to do with this information? So the key is to not indulge in pleasures without effort that precede them. What does this mean? Now, let's take working out for an example. Working out releases dopamine, but it only releases dopamine because of the effort you do in the gym, right? The pump you get is because, and the endorphins you get is because of the hard work you put in. Eating junk food, right, takes no effort. You get a dopamine spike, and then you get a big dopamine drop. Masturbation, right? You get a dopamine spike, and you literally get a dopamine drop. Prolactin is released after ejaculation, and prolactin is inversely related with dopamine. Now, when you do things that are effortful and that are challenging and that produce growth, right, those things release dopamine, but first they drop it because it's hard, right? When you're doing something hard, your dopamine is low, right? You want to quit. It sucks. But if you push past that, you're going to get the spike in dopamine, and your baseline will eventually rise. So yeah, basically, just embrace discomfort and don't partake in as little activities as possible that don't require effort for the pleasure, right? If you do think you have a low baseline because of all the unhealthy habits you have been partaking in, then something called a dopamine detox will do you wonders. Now that is when you just cut out basically all the instant gratification activities. So that means cutting out masturbation, cutting out eating junk food, cutting out screens, cutting out porn, which goes with screens and masturbation. But that's all I can think of right now. But cutting out all those things and anything that really, you feel like you do just for the pleasure of it. So yeah, that's it today. I'm going to be releasing a lot of different videos talking about stuff like this. I have a new business I just started that I want to talk a lot about. And yeah, so give me a like, give me a subscribe, and thanks for listening.